Peace and Yah bless. Yah's a strong one. The strong one is Yah. He's a tree of life. He's the fountain of living waters. He's the spirit and creator of all things that live and breathe. On this particular discourse, I'm going to talk about the late, great digital future. Once again, that's the late, great digital future and the economies of the future. What shall it hold? What shall it be? That is the question. As many of you know already, there's been a lot of, I guess they would say, hoopla over there in what they call the state of Israel today over annexation of different parts of the West Bank. So, as we've told you all, there will never ever be any sort of peace until the arm of Yah, the Holy One of Israel, arrives in Jerusalem. We are the true people of that land, and whenever we arrive there, then and only then can peace begin. And naturally, a peaceful solution and partitioning of the land correctly according to the Holy Scriptures themselves. According to the Holy One of Israel, Yah, the God of Israel, the God of all, right? There's only one God, okay? Yah, Psalm 68:4, right? Okay? He already has a partition plan already in the book of Ezekiel for how the land is supposed to be partitioned, okay? For possibly this digital revolution and digital future, which has to deal with many subject matters, okay? Digital citizens, digital wallets, digital economics, and many other things. Now, if you go back to the book of Joshua, Joshua was the one who actually partitions the land, okay? See right there, it says division of land, okay? Now, this is back when our ancestors were first coming into the land, okay? All right? I'm not talking about those who wandered. The ones who wandered 40 years, all of them end up dying off, with the exception of Joshua and Caleb. Now, the new generation that came on after them, they're the ones who went in and inherited the land. Okay? But see, it says division of land right there. Okay? Joshua ben Nun was the one who done that. Okay? All right? So naturally, Joshua ben Nun will be the one who does it again. Okay? As you can see right here. Okay? And these are the countries which the children of Israel inherited in the land of Canaan, right? Because the land of Canaan is called the state of Israel today, right? Also called Palestine, right? Which Eleazar the priest and Joshua son of Nun, okay? And the heads of the tribes of the children of Israel distributed for inheritance to them, okay? So he had kind of a team. So you had Eleazar the priest, you had Joshua ben Nun, and you had the heads of the tribes, okay? Of the children of Israel, and they distributed the land as an inheritance to them back during this day. Okay, so that's very, very important, right? Okay. Now, one thing you will notice before we get into this digital thing is that people ask us, well, how do you guys know that you're the tribe of Judah? Well, it's quite very, very simple. If you go to Joshua 15. Start at verse number 20. It says, "This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Judah according to their families." Okay, this is the inheritance. These are all the cities, okay, of Judah. And you start reading about all these different cities, okay? And then you get to right here. Damona, okay? Kenna and Damona. Damona, Israel, is where Ben-Ami and his people came back to. Okay, and they've been there 53 years, okay? This year. All right, that's how we know. That's just one way, okay? That's just one of the ways, many other ways. But that's how we know that they are out of the tribe of Judah, without a doubt. Okay, those inhabitants of Dimona, because it is actually the inheritance of the children of Judah, as you see right here. Okay, now this is the Bible speaking. It's not me speaking, or it's not opinion speaking. It's facts. Okay, Dimona, right here, Dimona, Israel. They're there today. Been there 53 years. Okay, that's why they came back to that territory. Okay. And many other popular cities that you see there today that are still there from way back yesteryear, Beersheba, right? Okay, very populous now, right? And very good looking city, very savvy, like kind of like the new Silicon Valley, right? Beersheba. But anyway, so that's how you know that, because all these cities belong to the children of Judah, okay? It was their inheritance they were given by Joshua ben Nun, okay? Just wanted to go over that for those who need some more facts about us being the children of Judah. Simple as that, okay? Just look where our people went to. They didn't necessarily go into Jerusalem because they're not the Jerusalem movement. They went to Dimona, one of the cities of the children of Judah, okay? And that's why they're there today, Benjamin and all his people. Even though he's passed away, they are still there, okay? All right, so the new and great digital future coming up in the future, okay? All right, well, the same thing that happened back then will happen in the future. We will come back to the land, and this time it'll be the seed of David, who is the persona of Joshua, right? That you read about over in Zechariah chapter 3 and chapter number 6. Okay, because that's what you're reading about, okay? Also, Psalms 110, right? He is a priest, right, upon his throne, okay? All right. Well, that division of land will happen again in the future, okay? And we will do it again. And this time, this is in Ezekiel 48, okay, 47. And it talks about that division of land, okay? So let's go to verse number 22 that I've read to you guys a lot of times, right? And it shall come to pass that ye shall divide it by lot for an inheritance unto you and to the strangers that sojourn among you. So there's going to be strangers who sojourn among us. I already told you guys that, right? Over there in Isaiah chapter number 14, okay? That strangers will and they shall cleave. They're going to cleave unto us, right? They're going to cleave to us, and they're going to want to come back to the land, okay? Now, it says, we shall beget children among you, and they shall be unto you as born in the country. So whenever their children come along, they're going to be just like same as us. You know what I mean? Look like us, dress like us, talk like us, walk like us, all those sort of things, okay? Because they're going to be the same as us, as born in the country, right? Among the children of Israel, right? They shall have an inheritance with you among the tribes of Israel, okay? And that's what I was talking about in the last video, how, you know, the strangers, when it comes time for an inheritance, like I said, if a woman's married to a certain stranger, it's going to be hard for her to have an inheritance because he can't come and inherit a spot in the tribe of Yehuda that doesn't belong to him, okay? We would have to make some sort of area specifically for that maybe if that's the case, then he'll be able to come into that part of the land, okay? Depending on when the time period is up. I'm talking about dealing specifically with Edomite males, okay? But we'll see. Just hang on. Yah will reveal the total plan to us as we get closer to our Aliyah, our Exodus, okay? So now, the late and digital future. So you guys, as I told many of you, you have to be ready for the digital future ahead, right? Now, you have to have your own scoreboard. You have to have your own playbook. Now, the scoreboard is going to be the events, okay? The scoreboard will be the events. But you have to have your own playbook also. All right. Now, your playbook is going to be your life plan or your family plan. That means you have a plan for your family. Okay. Basically like a survival plan is what it is, okay? That's going to be your playbook. Now, the scoreboard is the events. That's all the things you see. That's your COVID-19 and everything that's surrounded around everything happening with that right now. Because the future is going to be quite different, okay? I don't see people being probably quite as dependent upon, governments and things like that as we are today in the future, okay? All right, because one of the things you're going to have to do is you're going to have to be able to invest or create in the future. And you should already be doing that now. And I know a lot of people, who are already doing things like that, who are entrepreneurs or up and coming entrepreneurs, okay? Doing very well with their products. So proud to see that, some of these ladies that I know. Very, very good, okay? But we're all going to have to do that in the future, okay? And see where the future is going. Because we don't know exactly when we get back to Israel what economic model that we're going to be using. We don't know that yet, okay? Now, when I'm talking about invest, you know what I mean? I would say your investment for whatever you invest in, right? Basically, you're creating a job for yourself, is what I'm saying, okay? Now, naturally, you may not be able to qualify to go to like a bank and get, loans and things like that. But if you can, that's good. But, it may have to come from your weekly pay. It may have to come from savings. It may come from credit. It may come from a lot of different places that you may take that and invest money into creating a business for yourself, creating a job for yourself, okay? Now, that creation is going to come from what? Based on your talent or your ideas. Or maybe something totally different that you thought you would never get into. Some people now, they're writing books and doing very well at it. People are buying it, okay? About, different information or maybe about their lives, about different situations. So there's something that all of us can do. We all have different talents and different ideas that we can, spearhead forward, and get, make yourself, something valuable that you can pass on, whenever you leave here, okay? That you may have to invest in or create, based on your ideas or your talent, right? But like I said, keep your scoreboard, right? Know the scoreboard. The scoreboard is the event you see happen in front of you when you watch your news every day. That's your scoreboard. But along with you watching the scoreboard, because the scoreboard tells you what's happening in the game, okay? Very important that you look at the scoreboard so you can look at the scoreboard and see what's happening in the game. It tells you where you are in the game, which team has the ball, okay? Which team is scoring points, which team is not scoring points, okay? You must be able to read the scoreboard. And along with your scoreboard, you have to have a playbook. The playbook is just simply your life plan, your family plan, okay? As we move forward in the digital future. You must learn how to travel. For everybody who's not traveled before, if you haven't been out of your state, you better start learning how to travel, okay? Especially when they open these airports back up and all those things, Who knows where that's going right now? Because they're furloughing pilots. I mean, that's dangerous, but I see it happen. I mean, crazy. I think some of these, employers should have a little bit more, they shouldn't jump the gun so fast. Just slow down a little bit. Let's see where the economies are going. And then, then go from there. You got to kind of play this by ear. You know what I mean? Because pilots are very hard to find. It takes a lot of years of training to do what they do. Okay? People are not traveling right now, but they may be in the future. So I would say hold off on that. But anyway, learn how to travel. Learn how to use your passports. Learn how to use the airport. Not everybody knows how to, right? I'm talking about going through TSA, baggage claim, okay? Curbside, all that. Learn about exchange rate. When you're going to different countries, you need to know about exchange rate, okay? Exchange rate meaning what? You have U.S. dollars, you're going to a foreign country, you have to transfer those U.S. dollars into their currency to buy, or to operate in their economic commerce in their country, in any foreign country you go to, just about. Because in a lot of countries do accept U.S. dollars, some don't. Okay, so there's things called an exchange rate, okay? It costs a little bit of money for you to do that, right? All right, go look it up yourself, you'll figure it out, okay? Anyway, so just looking at those things, Okay? Naturally, your luggage, your carry-ons, watch all that kind of stuff, all right? For the digital future, okay? All right, and let's talk about digital living in the future. I'm talking about digital wallets, digital purse. Will people carry wallets and purses in the future? I've discussed this before. Who knows? They might, or they might not. There may not be anybody with wallets or purses. Everything might just be on cellular devices. Okay, maybe. Okay, it's hard to say because all of your driver's license, your passport, your credit card, your banking information, the way they have it rolled out in China is probably the best way to handle any digital economy. The Chinese are way ahead of the United States, blowing the United States completely out the water when it comes to digital economy. I mean, what they've done over there, if you go to YouTube and go look it up, I mean, you will be blown away. You will be amazed, okay? All right, because most of the places in China, they're not using cash, Remember, cash is heavy, it's dirty, it costs money to have security, watch over it, transferring it from place to place. Naturally, digital money is just that, all digital. You know what I mean? Zeros and ones, binary code, right? Okay, simpler to handle and doesn't cost probably anything to transfer, right? It doesn't cost anything to move it around because it's all digital. So still a very, very, very important thing. But the way the Chinese are doing it, go look it up, you guys, when you get a chance. Look up what they're doing because it's really amazing what they're doing. I mean, I have to give credit where credit is due. The way they do their thing, through the Alibabas and the Alipay and the WeChat. I mean, it's just amazing because they have one app that basically runs everything that they do over there. And they just go in and, if you guys know what QR codes are, they go in and scan QR codes for whatever they need. Okay? They have some markets. Nobody's in there. You walk in, scan your QR codes, walk out. It charges your account. I mean, very well done. But the United States is way behind, okay? Now, in the United States, like I said, lately, I see they're going with the very chip and the very pay and all that kind of stuff there. That technology really is old. For me, I wouldn't go that direction. Now, here's the key. They're not going to be able to go worldwide with very chip, very pay. Why? Because the other governments, the Chinese, not going to go for that. Because the Chinese, they want the top spot. And they're not going to allow implementation, I would say, of people because other governments would be able to, if they wanted to use that to take somebody out, then they'd be able to do it. So I don't see that ever happening. China or Russia or any of the, I'm going to say, the enemies of the United States. Now, the United States, they may want to do that here. I'm not saying they don't. They're already doing it in private. But the key is I don't see that as the digital future that the people need. Okay, the people need something simplistic, something simple that they already are doing, they already have. Okay, because you can already track a person's movements, even what they're doing, what they're saying through a cellular device, even what they're thinking through a cellular device. Okay, so I'm not really sure what that's all about. But anyway, so those are the things you need to be definitely thinking about. What kind of job do you want to do in the future? Also, the cryptocurrencies that you see right in front of me. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an up and coming digital currency. Cryptocurrency. I mean, it's amazing. Go look into it. I'm not going to tell you guys everything about it. You got to do your own homework. Now, economic platform, because I guess a person will ask me, okay, Zechariah, what kind of economic platform is there going to be in the future that I should go over to Israel? I should make the Aliyah. That's a good question. That's what we're waiting on to see where the world is going, And I wrote some things down. Economic platform, right? I'll let you guys see my notes. It doesn't really matter, okay? Could it be all cash? Could be. Who knows, right? Could it be just half cash and digital currency plus crypto? It could be. Could it be just all digital? Cryptocurrency, digital wallets. It could be. Now, if all that fails and the whole entire economy fails and crashes, well, then you're back to what? Barter system. Okay? All right? Barter system, local trade, right? This for that, all right? Sometimes what they call quid pro quo, barter system. It could get back to barter. Okay? I'm talking about for the late, great future. All right? It could get back that way. In other words, whatever's produced in our borders in Israel, we just, animals, food, crops, we just eat, and you live the simple life. You grow your own crops, you build from yourself, from your own natural resources. Back to, back to the simple life. Some will call it beaver cleaver, if you know what I'm talking about. That's for some older people out there. You know what I'm talking about. Back to Little House on the Prairie. It's something similar to that. The simple life, but before there was, digital currencies and all those sort of things. Because we don't know what's going to happen in the world. Because, if WW3 breaks out, that's going to be it for any kind of digital future. Simple as that. I mean, nothing else to say about that. I think that's easy to figure out, right? But the last and final economic system would be back to barter. And barter was the very beginning of economics anyway, for those who don't understand know that, all right? But very important that you guys get to understand about economic platforms, especially Bitcoin and blockchain. Blockchain, very, very important, extremely important technology to get to understand why they're doing that and how they're using that to spearhead Bitcoin. Okay? All right, now when it comes to the Chinese tech, I would certainly get very familiar with Chinese tech. Okay? The WeChats, the Alibaba, Tencent, okay? Alipay, Taobao, QR codes, right? Autonomous technology, AI technology, 5G, okay? Huawei. If you don't know those definitions that I just called out, you need to do some homework. You are behind. You are behind the 8 ball. Now, will there be a possible digital yuan in the future from China? I hear there will be. I also heard there's a possibility of a digital dollar in the future. Okay? With blockchain spearheading all those. The blockchain network technology database, spearheading all that stuff, including the cryptocurrencies, okay? Naturally, gold and silver, we know, is always going to be in vogue in the money of the future, no matter what happens, right? But we'll see, where that goes and how it happens and what's supposed to happen with that. Can you invest in it? Yes, but please, like I'm doing right now, do your homework on gold and silver, okay? Do your homework first before you start going buying it, okay? Can it be confiscated by law in the future? Probably. I don't care who you are or what you are. If the governments want to do that, again, trust and believe me, they can make it happen. So will there ever be a gold-backed currency? As we know, the U.S. dollar was backed by gold, right? Before 1971, President Nixon, everybody knows that history, or they should know that history, right? When they took it from the gold standard, made basically U.S. dollars just worthless, basically just fiat, what they call fiat currency, right? Okay? And really all of these currencies, especially cryptos and all that digital currency, it's all fiat. You know what I mean? It's not backed by any particular thing other than the words that say it's good money. You know what I mean? So remember that. But the digital future it's very exciting to see. Very exciting to know about. Okay? Artificial intelligence, I'm not sure where that's going yet. We'll have to see. Crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Digital economics, you better get to know. You better get to learning, man. Okay? As we get ready to go back to the land, these things are very important. Like I said, Bitcoin, I would say if you can't get a hold of any gold and silver, get a hold of that. Okay? Get a hold of that Bitcoin. All right? Or any of the other cryptocurrencies. I'll show you guys a little photo of that in just a minute. Okay? Now, this is the map of the land of Israel. Just tells us the size and trajectory of the land, the length and the width. Yes, we look at these things, man. Okay? These are the borders according to Ezekiel, chapter 47. Okay? All right, very important to know. Naturally, here's how the land will be partitioned. So will this country be an all digital currency country? Quite possibly. Okay? Like I said, it's possible. It's very possible. Will everybody just work off, basically you'll be digital citizens. You'll have a digital wallet and or purse for the women, right? It'll be cashless, no actual cash, transactions taking place. Everything done, digitally, right? Maybe even cryptocurrencies, right? Would be the in vogue thing to do. It's hard to know what the economic platform is going to be. So before you ask me those questions, I can't tell you that yet. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be cashless, digital wallets, crypto, or it's going to be cash, digital, digital currencies plus cryptocurrencies, right? Or it could just be all cash, non-digital, right? Or it could be back to the simple life, like I told you, barter system. Okay. We know for sure that it says we're going to come out of here with our silver and our gold. Now, I don't know if that means literal silver and gold or if it just means what's in vogue today, fiat currency, okay, that you read about, okay, in the book of Deuteronomy, okay, in the book of Isaiah. We don't know yet, but we know how the land's supposed to be partitioned, as you guys have seen many times right here, okay, from Dan all the way down to Gad. And here's the Holy Oblation that'll be in the center of everything, okay, where the temple is going to be and the brand new city is going to be. And on the sides are going to be these big green belts where all kind of crops are going to be produced. On the sides of that are the lands of the prince. Okay? All right? Let me give you another look at it. Those are the partitions, okay? All right? So very important that we understand and know this. How the land's supposed to be partitioned. What those guys are doing over in Israel today, man, all the annexation talk, man, it's a waste of time. This is going to prevail because it's the way God intended for it to be done. And it's going to prevail. This platform is going to happen. This is how the land is going to be partitioned. Everything you guys seeing today, that Netanyahu drew up and Donald Trump and their ancestors before them, talking about going back to Rothschild, Walter Rothschild, all that stuff they drew up, man, all that's going to come to an end and cease, man. Because it has to be done the right way, or there'll never be any peace in that border, ever, until we get this done correctly. That's the importance of this movement of Yah, the arm of Yah. Yah, our righteousness, okay? That's what they call all of us, okay? All right? But this is how the partition is supposed to be done. And the Holy Oblation being the first thing. Because that's where the third temple is going to go, where everybody is going to come worship, including the strangers, okay? Sometime in their life, they got to come to the temple and worship before God. Period. The true God, man. Not worship before anything else and not no idols, man. Any idol, like I told you, man, be taken out, man. And that's a threat. Okay, I'm making it as that. Because that comes from God, man. God's not something to play around with, man. He ain't letting no human be worship on this earth, woman or man. Okay? Not even the great seed of David himself, okay? I'm just here as a representative of God, okay? All right? Simple as that. Remember that, okay? So it doesn't matter if the top of the triangle can dig it or anybody else can dig it. As we tell you, is how it's going to happen because we get it right from the book, right from the source. God talks, so he tells us the plan on what to do, what not to do, okay? That's why we're so interested in this digital future, okay? And we look forward to this digital future, okay? All right? All the possibilities that can happen. All right. Now, whether or not we'll be using cash or not, like I said, in the future, it's hard to know what the economic platform is going to be. Because I know many people are wondering about that. Because, people don't want to uproot themselves and go somewhere else and, not have something, necessarily guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure a lot of people live in big old nice houses with nice property and nice vehicles and all kinds of things. They don't want to make that Aliyah and go over to Israel, and get something less than what they've already gotten, at this particular point in their life. But that's for them to choose. Okay, they'll have to make that decision on their own. But it's going to be a great digital future. Okay, so we look forward to seeing you all in the land, during this what we call a digital transformation. Okay. All right? All these things working in concert together. It should be great, okay? If the world is going totally that direction, and including in the new United Kingdom of Israel, Brand new names, man. Brand new names. It ain't gonna be called the State of Israel no more. It's gonna be called the United Kingdom of Israel, because we're gonna unite all 12 of the tribes back to the land. Ain't gonna be no one tribe of people talking about they represent God. Biggest lie ever told, right? Talking about the Zionists themselves. Man, biggest lie ever told right there. There are 12 tribes of Israel. Where do you get just the Jews from? That's the biggest lie ever told. But that's some people who don't read the Bible. When you don't read the Bible, you don't know these things. Most people don't know there's 12 tribes of Israel. They don't know. They have no idea. Okay? Now you know. But it's going to be a great, great, great digital future. Okay? As far as what I'm seeing, I'm excited about all the things that I'm seeing. But the United States, man, they're far behind, man. They're way far behind. And those very chips, man, that's old tech. That's back 2004, man. Oh, the Chinese went on past all that, okay? You got to move on to the QR codes. Get onto the QR codes with the cell phone. That's where everything is at, and that's where everything is going. And that's the best way to do it, okay? People trust their phones, okay? All right? So, look forward to the digital future, and look forward to coming into the new digital future as a digital citizen with digital wallets and digital purses. I mean, it's going to be so exciting, and, the AI and the robotics thing, it's not a bad thing, if it's there to help mankind, you know what I mean? Help us push forward, and do things better on this earth. If it's there for that reason, then that's a good thing. Okay? All right. So, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, please go do your study on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and blockchain and the digital yuan and the digital dollar. Okay? SDRs, okay? Special drawing rights, right? Electronic wallets. All right? Along with gold and silver, the markets and all that stuff, okay? All right? And then you can go in the stock market. It's not a bad thing to get into, but it's easy to lose on there. So be careful with that, with those REITs and ETFs and all that stuff, okay? Diversify your portfolio, they say, right? Okay? So keep your eye sort of in the past, but keep it all the way in the future, okay? Like I said, it may end up back at barter, before this is all said and done. We'll see. But thank you all for listening. Keep tuning into these videos. I'll tell you guys some very interesting things. All right? So peace and Yah bless. And we look forward to the new and exciting digital future of the world.